pop it off and replace it. John Deere did have the skid and all the rivets to do that, but I'm going to take this back to the shop so I can probably grind these off. We got to go back to the shop anyway, so no use screwing around out here in the field. And a welding shop is here to work on the grain cart. When you fold the auger back, there's a peg that the auger rests on. It's pretty well come off, so getting that fixed. Sheet of cardboard would be handy, but a good idea because these tiny little 10mm bolts will fall out. Get yourself a clear spot because you will drop them. Old one off. Sometimes it's a little bit of a puzzle depending on how the cutter bar is sitting at the moment. Want to have to take the guard off, but sometimes you do. This last bolt. Sit down for me. Well, I'll pop the guard out. Not that big of a deal. Be done with it that way before I'm done fighting it the other way. Now, take the guard out. Managed to not lose my 2 bolts. Get this all in there. Snag these up. Thought I broke that one for a second. I didn't. It's the bottom one holding. No? I did break it. It's okay. I got more. Get a new nut while I'm at it too. Some of these are getting rounded off. They don't have to be crazy tight. That's good. And get the guard slip back in. See, the cutter bar runs back and forth through this groove here. That in. Holes lined up. Skid plate back underneath. Get lined up here. There we go. And then this one has a hold down. About every other one has a hold down. There we go. There we go. I'm going to do a test fold. See that it fits. You just got it tacked on there, I think. Make sure it's in the right position. It was a perfect fit on the test run, so they're welded in good. Hopefully Big Daddy will work for us. Seldom used tool. I was thinking last time we used it didn't work that great, but we'll find out. Just in case, I got both kinds of rivets. Regular rivets, and they say they don't hold as tight. You just hammer those on. $125 worth of plastic. Looks like a lot of these are about due. They got quite a few acres on them. If you can see how recessed the rivet head is in the new piece. That's a newer one right there. And then these are getting worn down. Like that one's just about toast. Rivet gun needed a little tune-up. It's working good now. 6 more to go. And Dad's loading maybe the last of the wheat in the seed tender. Good as new. You know it's annoying. I drove this from the field back to here. Not very far, not hard work. Requires the 10-minute cool down. It's the first time it's done it this year, but 10-minute cool down or damage may occur if you don't shut it off. So I had it parked here to put that new skid on. I backed it up over there just now, took the head off, drove over there to put fuel in it. Requires another 10-minute cool down period now, or damage may occur. Oh gee, thanks. Seeing if the river bottom's ready to go. It's kind of in 2 pieces. The north end here, 11 acres and 50 some acres. You gotta cross a ditch out here in the middle to get to the other part. There's a lot of green pods here in this north part, which that's where the entrance is back down there. So you're surrounded by trees on all sides. That's like 100-foot elevation change right there through those trees. Wabash River is over there on the other side of those trees. So you kind of got to cut through here to get to the other part. But I'll go down past the ditch and see what it looks like. Here's the drainage ditch that goes out to the river. So you gotta make sure I don't step in the ditch and actually walk across the little bridge here. Looking kind of green over here, maybe too. Probably fine out here where I'm walking to. I guess that's an option, is to just cut a path through there to get to here if there's more green ones on the other side. I just don't want to move everything all the way down here and then not be okay. I think we might be alright though. Back at the ditch again. I think we're going to go ahead and move down here. I'll walk back through the woods instead of through the field. You can see kind of these bare spots here. So that's animals falling in the water from the ditch and going to the woods on the other side into the river. See turkeys all the time right here. DNR actually released turkeys down here several years ago. So kind of following the turkey trail here. But, yeah, there's some paths out here. I can follow this back to my truck. Here's more of a people path. Don't think it got sprayed this year, but had other things going on. Brother-in-law does some dirt biking down here, so some decent trails to walk through. There's the river out there. Nice and cool in here. Still got a decent trail to walk on. Almost back to my truck. Found it. Now I'll go start moving equipment. Combine will be full of diesel soon. And then turn around, top that one off too. We go past all the popcorn to get to the river bottom, so I grabbed a few ears so we can get a moisture sample, see how close it's getting. I'm making a lap around the river bottom. Wabash just right over there. You see I'm not going clear on the edge because the stuff in the shade of the trees is kind of wet, and like I said, I did have to cut one pass through that north end and it was kind of wet to get across the ditch and over here. So getting pretty dry stuff now, around 12%. So I want to get that mixed in with the wet I had to cut earlier, so I don't want to take any other wet. I'm probably going to just have to take bits and pieces of the edges and mix them in as we go. See how things go. But we're going to get one load on that grain cart. I didn't bring a truck down here tonight because we got a thing to do in town tonight. So when I get back to the other end, it'll be done for the night. So Kind of got a lot of moving done, got some repairs done. Wheat should be finishing up drilling tonight, and tomorrow should be a good day of harvest. So haven't dragged any dirt or anything yet, so that skid, putting that new skid on definitely helped. These beans are doing really well down here. I'm running 72 or so bushels through this part. This part's always really good, so, but the edges hurt it under the trees. So anyway, we'll be done here soon. Take partial loads, about 2/3 of a cart, up the hill to the trucks. We gotta go on the lane through the woods and gain about 100 feet going up, and opposite coming back down.